Hello, once more, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Back here on YouTube, doing another MLB prediction video for the 2022 MLB season. And this time around, you may have guessed it, it's our second half predictions for Major League Baseball for the second half of the season. Who I think is gonna make the playoffs after way back in March. If you remember, I did predict the White Sox to win the World Series in 6 games over the Dodgers, but has that changed? Do I have the White Sox even making it to the playoffs? You're gonna have to wait to find out till the very end of this video to find out who makes it. But first, we're starting with the American League side, then we'll do the National League side. The National League side, I think, is maybe even better to see, of course. But the American League side, we do have divisions where we have 2 teams from them. We have one division. I'm gonna pick 3 teams, I think. So, hint, hint, you'll find out which division that is. With that being said, let's get started with the New York Yankees. Why they win the American League East. I think they get the number 1 seed in the American League East. They have the best record in baseball currently, 64 wins so far. And that's pretty astounding for a team like this, that everyone in their lineup can hit. Even since they got Matt Carpenter, who's revived his swing, the former St. Louis Cardinal infielder, revived his swing with the Yankees, has 9 home runs. This one, I'm taking the Yankees to win the division in the American League East and also be the number 1 seed. I think they pretty much have it locked up. So Yankees get the number 1 seed. In the American League, the number 2 seed. Yeah, I know a lot of people might not like this pick, the Houston Astros, and a lot of people might be thinking, okay, how about I talk about the Seattle Mariners? But no, I'm talking about the Houston Astros here for a moment. And because we're talking about the Houston Astros, they're the number 2 seed clearly at this point in time. And I think they hold on to that top spot because they have to play Seattle, I think, 12 more times or 9 more times, something like that. So the Houston Astros could be the team in the American League West. If they get the number 2 seed, I think they'll be the second team to get a first round bye with their pitching staff. Framber Valdez, of course, Justin Verlander. They're just 2 of the number 2 pitchers. Hitting, they have Jose Altuve, they have Kyle Tucker can hit, and they have catchers. Their catchers can hit too, but Astros, I think they definitely get in as a number 2 seed at this moment. Think I did predict them to make the playoffs earlier, way back in the beginning of the year, but as a number 3 seed. But number 2 seed for Houston this time around. For second half, off to our number 3 seed, the AL Central. They'd be playing the number 6 seeded team in the playoffs if the season ended today, I believe. And yeah, why is it Minnesota? Well, I picked the White Sox way back in March. The White Sox haven't shown me what they can do so far. And at the end of the season, I'll know more. And we'll know more in about 3 weeks or so once the trade deadline happens on August 2nd. On who's going to be in the team's lineups for every team in the league and who's going to help their team make the playoffs. Lots of things to happen with this division in the American League Central. White Sox, I think, are coming back a bit, but is it enough to get past the Twins, who are running away? And personally, Minnesota Twins, pretty good. Carlos Correa at shortstop, pretty good player. Byron Buxton, outfielder, who hit the home run in the All-Star game last night. The second home run behind Stanton last night in the All-Star game, if you saw that. Made it 3-2, his first career All-Star game home run, so congrats to him. Yeah, definitely. Twins look like a number 3 seed from there. After that, our number 4 seed. Yeah, the team that no one wants to face, or the team that I think no one wants to face, or no teams want to face. Tampa Bay, the Rays. What do you think about Tampa Bay? Well, the starter. That's what I'm going to go with. The starter, the Tampa Bay. That's what it reminds me of. They have pitching. They throw their guys out there to start games, their pitchers, and they'll go like 1-2 innings and then be pulled and stuff. And that's what they got. That's how they can win. And that's how they'll attack teams no matter what in the playoffs, of course, for sure. And they're hitting, yeah, who knows? Hitting, they have pretty good hitters as well. They have a Rosarena. They should have Wander Franco if he comes back healthy, of course. They also have Vidal Brujan as well. And then the Rays, I think, are definitely number 4 seed. I don't think they're going to win the division, though. Last but not, our number 5 seed, of course. We have to do this. Seattle. Yeah, Seattle. Why is Seattle up here? Of course. Well, I've been looking at this team. 14 game winning streak currently. Have a chance to win their 15th in a row. Come on Monday. Come Friday night. Yeah, so 15 straight wins. I think they can do it Monday. They can do it tomorrow. They can do it this week. And I think they will. Seattle should get their 15th win in a row. Let's hope they do it. Because Seattle's pretty tough. I think they make it to the playoffs this year. Their playoff streak comes to an end. They make it for the first time since 2001 when they won 116. And trust me, the Yankees can win 117, so the Yankees might even beat the Mariners record from 01 when that was 116. So I'm taking Seattle as number 5 seed this year. Maybe they can overtake Houston and win the division. We'll see. A lot of fun to watch over the next couple weeks. Lastly, but not least, as I adjust the helmets. Lastly, but not least, of course, we have the Toronto Blue Jays. And you're probably wondering, why Toronto? Why now? Well, here's a statement about Toronto. I know they just fired their manager, of course, Charlie Montoyo, but they brought in their bench coach, John Schneider, to manage, and I think he's going to be the manager full-time in like a week or 3 weeks. But this Blue Jays team, they can hit. They have Guerrero, Bichette, they have Springer, they have Alejandro Kirk, the catcher who was in the All-Star game last night, and they have even more to bring up. But this Toronto Blue Jays team, I think, could win a World Series. They have the talent, and maybe their interim manager, John Schneider, will make it work. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm taking Toronto as the number 6 seed. They go to Minnesota for the first round, for the wild card round, if this playoffs started. I think, but that's my prediction. We'll see if these all come true at the end of the year in October. I'll keep updated, looking at everything I have. So that's it for the American League side. On to the National League. We have a number 1 seed. And I keep thinking this number 1 seed is definitely the number 1 seed in the American League. The number 1 seed in this team, number 1 seed in the National League, is definitely on top. They can compete with the Yankees, the Dodgers. Yeah. Dodgers lost the division to the Giants last year, made it in as a wild card, but the Dodgers, they're scary. And every time I put them in the MLB prediction videos that I've been predicting over the last couple weeks, they made it like 6 times so far in the last 5 weeks. Or 6 weeks. The Dodgers are just too scary to mess with. All 9 hitters in their lineup can hit. Well, they have them healthy. So the Dodgers definitely number 1 seed. They're pitching. Kershaw, Buehler, Urias, Tyler Anderson, who was also should have been an All-Star. Dodgers are a pretty good team. I think the Dodgers definitely get the number 1 seed. This is the team I predicted to be in the World Series against the White Sox back in March. And losing 6 games. I'll tell you this: Dodgers, I think, are my picks right now to win the World Series this year. So, but putting the Dodgers in there in the playoffs. Next up, our number 2 seed in the National League side. Currently, yes, has to be the Mets. And you're probably thinking, if you're a New York Mets fan, you're probably thinking, okay, why are we in it to win it now? Yeah, why are we in it to win it? But the Mets, can they win a World Series? Can make it to the playoffs? Yes, they can. I think they will make it to the playoffs this year and win a division title. Unless the Braves don't into that, to say maybe a game and a half, 2 games right now, that division. But I think it's going to be close. I think it's come down to the last week. It could be either Braves or Mets at this point. But I think it's coming down to the last week, maybe even the last game. But I'll put the Mets in as a number 2 currently. Next up, our NL Central team. Yeah, similar. We have the West and East, and 1 and 2, but we flip-flop it. The West is 1, the East is 2 from the National League, unlike the American League. So, yeah, but the Brewers, yeah. As a St. Louis Cardinals fan, I'm not happy about this one. Because, yeah, the Brewers and Cardinals, they're rivals. I feel like this is going to be a close call, this division in the National League Central. If the Brewers can get pitching, get a hitter, they'll do good. If the Cardinals can do that, maybe the Cardinals win the division. It's going to be hard to tell. But I'm putting the Brewers in as number 3, which puts us up for wild card spots. Number 4 seed, the Braves, of course. Yeah, why Atlanta? Honestly, the hitting, the power, Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, the new first baseman, D'Arnaud, the catcher, of course, Williams Contreras, the other catcher, and also the outfielders, Austin Riley, third baseman. Outfielders play great. This team can hit, this team can pitch. They have pretty much everything they have, and I think this team makes it in as a number 4 seed, or maybe a number 2. Last, number 5 seed, San Diego Padres. Yeah, they should get Fernando Tatis Jr., one of my favorite young, phenomenal talents, back before the playoffs, and I think that's going to help him out. Manny Machado currently is going to help him out, and Eric Hosmer and everyone else. This team in San Diego is going to make the playoffs for sure. All right. So yeah, San Diego definitely gets the playoffs. I think pitching is going to help them out. They might need a battery, maybe another catcher. Who knows what the Padres will do this week at the trade deadline. Definitely number 5. Last but not least, number 6. Yes, and as a St. Louis Cardinals fan, I had to include one of my favorite teams in this. If it can't be the White Sox, which I don't think will make it currently, okay. If it can't be the Royals, my other favorite American League Central team, all right. But yes, it's going to be my number 1 favorite team, the St. Louis Cardinals. This team, just to think of them, we have the first half MVP in Paul Goldschmidt. We have Nolan Arenado at third base. We have Yadier Molina, who should come back in the next couple weeks. We have Albert Pujols. We have Adam Wainwright, who wants to continue playing, it looks like, after this year. He hasn't decided on what he wants to do at the end of this season, so Adam Wainwright doesn't know. We'll see what happens with Adam Wainwright, of course, what he decides to do after this season. But this Cardinals team is Juan Yepez. This Cardinals team is about Juan Yepez, the rookie, Brendan Donovan, all the rookies they have. They have so many good rookies who have been called up, who've contributed. I think they have the most rookies to play this year in the league at this moment. But I think they definitely can do something with it. And they need a win. Now's their chance. Make a trade, get a bat, get a catcher, get a starting pitcher before the trade deadline on August 2nd. This seems to make it, I think, to the playoffs as a number 6 seed as a wild card for now. If they can get a pitcher, maybe a batter, a hitter at the trade deadline, or around the trade deadline in the next few weeks, they're locked up to win the division, I think. So we'll see what happens. And I'm putting them as number 6 for now. It can all change. That's pretty much it for this MLB prediction video for the second half of the season. If you liked today's video, please remember to watch, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to tell your friends to do the same if they've not done so yet already. And please also hit that notification button below so you know when I upload a new video. With that being said, have a nice day, stay safe, and don't forget to hit that note. Don't forget everything I said. Have a nice day and stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video, everyone.